Best of luck, Minerva. We will be watching. And I won't do that run tonight, but I am going to go back to the base, basically talk to the team, talk to Paul Amstel, make sure that I can't get any more money from the mission computer, and we'll call it a night. Blitz stubs out his cigarette as you approach. Minerva, I was hoping to see you. Do you have another run lined up for us yet? I'm strapped for cash. Why the hell are you strapped for cash? With the amount of work we've been doing, you should be rolling in Nguyen. What can I say, Chief? Excuse me. He tries a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems to think the better of it. The anxious look returns to his face. I have expensive tastes. I was hoping for a straight answer. You got a talent for deflection, Blitz. And you're annoyingly persistent. If you must know, I'm in debt. That's where all the money's going. In debt to who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offense, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debts are none of your business. If a bookie sends some thugs looking for you, then it's going to become my business. So talk, now. I actually really don't like this guy. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are a bunch of old contracts. If I don't pay them, I'm going to lose them. Oh, sorry. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay them, I'm going to lose them. And in this line of work, it isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you ask, the debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, and I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third, and finally, the trouble I was involved in was a girl. I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but we're verging deep into personal feelings territory. So if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. It's up to you, Chief. You really want to go down this road? Or shall we keep this relationship professional? You're clearly preoccupied with this. In our line of work, preoccupied can get you killed. So spit it out and we'll deal with it. Blitz meets your gaze for a moment, then looks away and sighs. Alright, where to begin? I met Emily in Drogenkip. She was the first person who was ever more important to me than myself. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could out-deck me. And the real kicker is she wasn't even a decker by trade. There was nothing she wasn't good at. I like to dabble in rigging, but Emily, that girl could pick up anything she set her mind to. You loved her, I get it. Skip to the part where you racked up those debts. Alright, Chief, sure. So I'm sure that you've already seen this coming, but I lost her. One day she just disappeared, along with most of my decking gear. The old-fashioned explanation was handwritten note on an old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. That was it. We'd been together for years, and that was all she left me. That and the speed-up old cyberdeck. Naturally, I freaked. We had our share of arguments, but we'd never had a huge blowout or anything. I couldn't think of anything that drive her do a thing like that. Mostly I felt hurt, so I searched for her, in the real world and in the Matrix. And when that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts. And that was when I started racking up debt. And so did you find her? No, she's gone, Minerva, without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of, and my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. And at this point I've accepted that, but I still have to repay those debts. I'm surprised you've given up so easily. There must be some place you haven't looked. He blinks. I don't know, Minerva. I really did look everywhere, and at great personal cost. If she means that much to you, you owe it to yourself to try. Yeah, you may be right. He shakes his head. Fuck, I thought I'd be done with this. But you're right. Without some kind of closure, I'm never going to be at peace with this. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Good luck. Still don't like the guy. No unread messages. Let's take the Shadowland BBS. Claim payment for sold pay data. Pending transactions. Sold Humanus Safe House data. We got a $460 for the names of a bunch of racists. I was hoping for more, but fair enough. Check the jobs directory. Oh, there's a couple actually. Okay, I'm actually gonna hold it here. That's a tough one. I guess I do this extra job first, go back to the Shadowland BBS and look at the existing jobs, then wind up talking to Amsel. I have a feeling I'm actually not going to get on the main quest line for a while now. But at this point, we just crossed the 6-hour mark, so again, about double the time I was sort of planning on a normal stream. Had a lot of fun doing it. I noticed chat's kind of quieted down a little bit, but I think that's just kind of a function of the hour. It is a pleasure, as always, to stream for all of you. I'm sorry that I definitely need to... I think I need to maybe be a little bit better at wrapping these things up a bit more timely, because I feel like the last hour or so on a lot of these streams, especially for Dragonfall, which tends to be very dialogue heavy, I sometimes feel that those aren't quite as good as they should be. I think I stumble over the dialogue a little bit. I'm not quite as interactive. I could be wrong. I mean, if it's something that you guys enjoy, certainly that feedback's good, but I think if the episodes start to drag a little bit, I should be a bit better at cutting them off and finishing strong and starting strong. But it's good stuff. I mean, it's largely a learning experience. It was pure Dragonfall one today, got caught up a little bit on it. Sadly missed the Dota championships, but it was good to do this anyway. Panda Coalition stopped by as always and made the chat a better place. CPO Williams, I know you've been talking how you feel lonely in chat a little bit. It's definitely a pleasure. And of course, delight to see Jesse. I believe it was the first time that Akakadak was in the channel, so it's nice to see some new faces, and definitely encouraging to have some familiar faces come back. And, of course, I actually got to do the dialogue of the fantasy series, so I'm not sure if that should be a highlight or not. If you think that's something worth highlighting, maybe just send me a private message on side of Twitch, and I'll look into finding that in the VOD and putting it up there. But with that in mind, my normal schedule does tell me that I'm going to be streaming on Monday, so I'll maybe try to have a slightly earlier start and, as a result, an earlier finish. It probably won't be a 6-hour marathon because it's not a marathon for 6 hours. There's plenty of people who do that on their own. I won't do 6 hours again just because I have classes to attend the following day. But I'll at least kind of make the most of the time. I don't know if I'll do the surprise game that day or if I'll go back to Crusader Kings or something else. We'll figure it out on the day that we do it. But as always, if you have feedback, if you have something you want to talk about, any ideas that you have for the stream, naturally feel free to send those through either the Twitch messages or Twitter. It has been great fun streaming for you all, and definitely I was really encouraged to do it again after Friday's stream, and I feel the exact same way today, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow, where we'll pick up with another game. I will take a minute to see if there's anybody to host for a while. I don't know if there is anybody on this hour, but let's see what we can do. If there isn't, I will bid you all a good night, but just bear with me one more moment while I see if there's anybody that I can pass the love on to and not abandon you without a stream. So it looks like it's just Beyond the Summit doing data. Oh, wait a minute. There's one other thing I can look at. How do I do this, though? Sorry for the black screen. I am on my other window looking for people to host, and unfortunately the EdgePan takes that as it as my normal mouse movement, so nobody is online. Alright, I did my best. I'm going to have to leave you without a stream to go to. I wish you best of luck in finding further entertainment for the evening. As always, pleasure to stream for you. I'm going to wish you a very good night, and we will pick this up tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.